Hello. So, the first video I posted on this channel was Memorial Day weekend of 2020. And during that video, I had revealed that I had a condition called alopecia. And then essentially just kind of exposed myself to the world to just put it out there because I got tired of hiding with it. As you can see, my hair is grown back quite a bit. I did shave it for a few months, but I decided I wanted to start growing it out to see what it would do. I still have some spots and missing some hair, but it's overall a lot healthier. I've been changing my lifestyle, though not as much as I'd like to, but I've also been seeing a dermatologist, and that's helped out quite a bit as well. So anyway, that was Memorial Day last year. Memorial Day weekend this year, I found out that I tested positive for a BRCA gene mutation. And for people that are not aware of what a BRCA gene mutation is, BRCA is essentially a gene that everybody has. They're born with it. You've got BRCA1 and BRCA2. They work together in your body to communicate, to essentially fight off disease, particularly cancer. So different types of cancer. So whenever a person has a gene mutation, it doesn't properly communicate, and so you're more susceptible to developing cancer. So unfortunately, I did get that. I tested positive for that. I got the results and I tested positive. I knew that was a possibility because last summer when my mother had gotten diagnosed with breast cancer, they had also tested her for this, and she is positive. And since it is hereditary, a parent has a 50% chance of passing it down to their child or children, for each children, for each child. Then it was something I knew that was a big possibility. I put it on the back burner last year because from summer till about fall, my mom was really focused on, she had her lumpectomy. She started chemo, and I wanted to just kind of be there for her. And I did a little bit of traveling to try to be home with her during that time, just so I could be her support or be supportive of her in that journey. So December of last year, I decided to talk to my PCP about getting the genetic testing done to see if I was also positive for this particular mutation. And so there was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of issues with insurance. As far as that goes, because I did have so many issues with, inconclusive lab results, and then we tried my PCP tried a second option or lab to do the genetic testing, and then my insurance denied it, and then I had to wait 90 days to be able to ask for approval again to even get my results. So it was a pretty lengthy process. So I found out my PCP called me on May 28th, I believe that was the day. And so she called me later in the evening. It was not very fun to receive that info. Always knew it was a possibility, but throughout that journey, I had paid for some generic genetic testing, and thought that I was negative, but apparently the testing I got did not test all variants of the gene. So essentially that means that I have a higher chance of developing cancer. My particular gene, it's for breast cancer, ovarian, and pancreatic. Because I don't have a history of pancreatic cancer, a family history of pancreatic cancer, it's not a super big concern for me, or at least what my doctor had said. But we are focused more on my breast and ovarian health. So after getting that diagnosis, I immediately reached out to a high-risk specialist at a breast center that's about 20 minutes from my house, and I was able to get an appointment to visit with her. She was great, informed me a lot of things I didn't know about, things that I wasn't sure about. I was feeling really overwhelmed with having to figure out how I was going to juggle everything and picking doctors, but she gave me several referrals. I was able to immediately have a mammogram that day, and then she called me that afternoon to let me know that my results came back clear. So as of that mammogram, I do not have a cancer diagnosis, which is a huge relief. I also have a referral to see a provider to get an MRI, a breast MRI, because it's a little bit more in depth, and they can find smaller lumps if there are any, or any tumors, anything like that. So that'll be this Friday, and then next Monday I will be meeting with the breast surgeon. I am going to elect to have a mastectomy. This will greatly decrease my chances of ever developing cancer. It's almost a no-brainer because I think my risk goes from like 65 to 86% of ever developing breast cancer in my life down to like less than 5. I want to say it's like 2%. I don't know the exact number, but basically if you don't have breast tissue, it makes it very unlikely for you to ever develop breast cancer. Now, they can't remove every single breast cell that you have in your body, so that's kind of where that small percentage comes in. But it is something that I feel is important for me, especially because I am 36, turning 37 this week, and I still have a long life to live, and I want to be around to meet my grandchildren and hopefully my great-grandchildren. And there's still a lot of things I want to do and see, and I want to travel, and it just feels like this is the right step for me. I'm going to explore different options for my surgery, but I'm leaning towards getting a DIEP flap, which is where they would remove tissue from another portion of my body. And in my situation, it'll probably be from my stomach, and they would reconstruct me a new breast. I'm personally choosing this because I am not personally a fan of implants for myself. It's something that I don't feel comfortable with for my own body. I think implants look great, and I think that I have a lot of friends that have had them and they really love them, but I think that I would be the type of person that would have a negative experience with implants. I generally don't do well with medication or anything like that. Any type of anything that goes in my body, it almost is like it rejects it. So I feel like if I was to get implants, I'd be one of the people that has complications. And I want to feel like me, so being able to utilize my tissue would help me. Being able to utilize my own breast tissue would help me in feeling more whole and feel like myself. And then another way to help prevent this gene mutation from causing ovarian cancer is to also have my ovaries and fallopian tubes removed. This would immediately put me into what they call surgical menopause. So I've talked with the high-risk specialist that I'm working with, and we've agreed that that's something I will pursue in my 40s, just because I'm not quite there yet. I am still in my 30s, and I don't want to go into menopause just yet. And I also would like to avoid trying to take any hormone therapies, because that is something that will feed the cancer, especially if you have a gene mutation like I do. So yeah, I'm sharing this because I feel like maybe there's somebody else out there that is struggling and dealing with something like this, or maybe this will help somebody be a little bit more aware of their own health and pursue getting screened for something like this. I'll be honest, it's not been an easy journey. I've dealt with a lot of really uncomfortable emotions, ranging from guilt, because it is genetic. It is something that can possibly be passed down to my children and their children. We're going to wait until they're adults to get them tested, just because that's generally recommended from providers, because you can't really do anything until you're 18 or older anyway. Feeling very selfish because even though I do have an unfortunate genetic mutation, I don't necessarily have cancer. So I feel almost like, even though that it's not fun news and it's something very difficult to go through, there are people out there that are dealing with much more difficult diagnosis than I am. And worry and anxiety, you know, working, taking time off work for surgeries, being worried about complications due to surgeries. And so I've had some pretty bad days where my depression and anxiety have been increased because of this, because I already have major depressive disorder and already have anxiety. I do take medication for those things. I will start to see a counselor. That way I can help navigate through this, because I feel like that will be helpful in my situation. I'm doing what I can now to change my lifestyle, because I am hoping to be able to have the surgery this fall when things have calmed down a little bit with my children's school. My oldest child is entering high school this year and will be joining the marching band, so there will be a lot of extracurricular activities for us to attend, football games, parades, and fall through winter seems like the best time to do that, so that it doesn't disrupt her life. But I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I just kind of wanted to put this out there because I felt like I'm going to be going through a lot of changes over the next year, possibly a few years, and I just wanted my friends and family to be aware of what I'm dealing with, especially if I'm not quite as responsive as I usually am, or I don't feel like going out or doing anything or meeting up. Please know that it's because I am dealing with some health issues, and I'm trying to make sure that I am the healthiest that I can be, and I'm trying to take care of myself and my mental health. So yeah, I'll probably put some links with the information about my particular mutation and some of the things that maybe like some info on the surgery and all of that, in case any of my friends or family are curious about what the process looks like. But yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate my friends and family for being as supportive as they have been. I have told a handful of my closest friends and family, but thank you. I love you. I might video this journey. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but let me know if you have any questions. I am more than happy to answer. But okay, love you. Bye.